Hey everyone, PC Custom Cool here, and just gonna do a quick video on basically the shop, what it looks like, and what we do, and maybe I just recently found a leak in my water loop, and I actually put a machine together for sale. It's still for sale, but I've been tinkering with it and taking it apart, putting it back together, and seeing what works and doesn't work. Anyhow, just a quick tour. Here we go. This is a rig that a client had, and he actually put it together, which was wonderful work. But what he needed was the cabling. He needed some custom cabling. Actually, let me take this light down. It'll be easier to. He needed some custom cabling on the video cards. So I sleeved, shrinked, and plugged in. So I needed basically male to male, and so I had to get all the bits and pieces and make them male to male instead of male to female, because they all come normally as extensions and not as the actual cables from the PSU. Anyhow, having said that, I think that it turned out great. It looks fantastic. This particular video camera, I can't hold it too close. It seems to blur for some reason, but anyhow, from this distance it seems to be alright. So, having said that, here we go. Take that back out. Alright, so there's an external PSU that I use to fire up without actually firing up the motherboard. And where's there it is. There's the switch. Let me show you the switch. There's the switch, and that little piece there cost me about $4, and it's worth its weight in gold. And I'll show you how that works in just a minute. What we're going to do is I've taken this 800D, I've rewired it and taken everything apart. It looks like a big mess right now. I assure you it's going to look fantastic when it's all said and done. It was looking great, except that I had to rewire a bunch of stuff because, like I said, I had that little bit of a problem. Okay, and just a quick setup of well, there's some fluid laying around and a couple more bottles down there. As you can see, some hard drives it's laying around. Let's see here. Yeah, that looks safe. All right. Anyhow, having said that, this machine's actually going back to the client next week. He's going to come pick that up. All right. Okay, moving on. Let's go to the front of this one here. And what we're going to do here in just a couple minutes, I'm going to fill this water loop and show you. Well, it's still partially filled. All right. It's still partially full because I didn't have to drain the whole thing. I only had to drain part of it. I had to change the fitting right there at the res, the one on the right. That fitting had to be changed, and so we did so, put everything back together. Well, I did so anyway. Put everything back together. I also recently moved the pump, and it's under there. I just got to put some two-way tape on it, and it works great. It's just sitting a little lopsided right now, but that'll be sitting flat when I'm done with it. Alright, just to give you a little bit of an overview of what's going on here. This is an Extreme Z board. It's last year's edition, but it's only got maybe, I don't know, 100 hours on it or so. Ripjaw, G-Skill Ripjaw, is it Ripjaw? Anyhow, yeah, they're G-Skill. And the 370 water block, and as you can see, they're all Bits Power fittings. All of them. Those are the only two black ones. The rest are all silver, shiny silver ones. And there we go. And here is the drain port, actually sitting in there, half filled with liquid, and we'll have that going in just a minute. Here's just a test bench that and there's my wife's nail polish remover. I needed alcohol, and I guess acetone did the trick. And this is actually Mayhem's Tharsis Purple in there. The Aurora Purple, that's right. And that's just a mini ATX board, and we're testing some CPUs on that for AMD. And I'm going to switch it to Intel. And this is actually EK's latest water block, and it works fantastic. It's a gorgeous block, and this really thick 240 rad. If you can see, okay there. Really nice thick 240 rad, and just a run-of-the-mill video card there, just so we can get some graphics up and running and see how that's doing. And there's the hard drive. See the PSU underneath. Some more. This is the black that the Feser black that we're going to put in, and there's my coffee, a frappe, if you will. And there's some more bits and pieces laying around down there. Under here, workbench. Just keep a bunch of tools and whatever else I need under there. And the table basically is just the table that I put together. Nice long table, so we can put a whole bunch of parts and whatnot on. And it looks like that. So first what we're going to do is, I can't hold the light up the whole time, so I'm going to have to basically put the light up here so we can see what's going on. And what we're going to do is, let me make sure that you can see here. And quite simply, what we're going to do first is take the power from the water pump. I think that should do it. I'm going to take the power from the water pump, and I do believe this is it. This is it here. We're going to unplug it. So I had it all plugged into the motherboard. We're going to plug it into our switch. And of course, isn't this the most difficult part of all? Oh yeah, well, it would help if I actually turned this over. Alright, so that's in there like that. And now let me turn on this external PSU. Okay, let me turn this around like this. Let me get this light. And, well, that sounded good. Alright, now let me make sure you can see everything that I'm doing. Let me place this camera. So unfortunately, I don't know if I'll be able to get it perfect, but anyhow, having said that, let's do this like this. Now, what I've made, I had to make a makeshift. So let's take this off the top. Right there. Screw this one in. The res itself is a frozen Q res. So now, and hopefully all the connections are tight enough. Let me fill it up here, trying not to make a mess. Now, I'm hoping that the problem was with the fitting that I changed and not with the res itself. It shouldn't be with the res itself, but you never know. Okay, so it's filling up nicely. Let me get a little bit more in there so I can run the loop and get it to fire through. Now, because it's
Feser black, you won't actually be able to really see it running through, but you should see the res drain fairly quickly. So I'll put a whole bunch in here. Alright, so we'll leave that there. The switch, and make sure you can see, and let's turn it on and see what happens. And there it goes, all the way down. Let's put more in. Now I'm not filling the entire loop because, like I said, all I had to do was just drain a part of it. And I purposely didn't place the drain valve at the lowest point. And I purposely did that so that if I ever had to, just like in this, I guess I shouldn't talk and do two things at once. Made a bit of a mess here. I obviously cannot talk. And what's happening here, actually, the other machine is making quite a racket. So let me turn those fans down. And let me do this. Okay, and now let's try and make sure nothing leaks out here. Let me finish doing this. Okay, so now let's turn it back on. And it should cycle. And there it goes. It's cycling through. And if you could see it here, I don't want to hold it too close. Again, I don't know why it goes blurry, but anyhow, you can see it there. What I'm going to do is I just want to add a little bit more. But it's actually, you can see it there bubbling. So everything is working. Doesn't seem like anything is leaking right now. So let me put some more in. Let me get the, actually I'll put it right in from the bottle. That's the Feser one. I've been using Feser for quite some time now, several years, so it's always worked out really well and don't have any problems with it, so why not continue using it? Leave it like that. Let me take this off. Put it there. Put the cap on. By tomorrow morning, all the air bubbles and whatnot will have come out of it. So. Let's do that. There. Shake it around a little bit. And there we go. It'll be good for a while. If I had the motherboard and everything else plugged in, everything would be. I have UV cathodes. There's one there. There's one in the very back there. And that's the rest of it right there. And it's looking good. Thanks for watching, and we'll do some more soon. Take care, guys.